Assalamu alaikum and rahmatullah. What you are about to hear is no accident. There are times when the heart feels drawn to a word without understanding why. What if it were today? What if these words were the silent sign that Allah has decided to make you here at the right time, in the right place? Listen carefully. Something great is brewing in your invisible being. There are days that seem ordinary, and then suddenly everything changes. Without warning, without apparent logic, Allah triggers a transformation. The chosen one is never warned by the world. He is warned by the soul. And if you have been feeling for some time this strange weight, this ominous calm, this sensation that something is approaching, then know that this message is for you. You are about to experience a shift, but not a shift that you choose, a shift that the heavens have already written. The next 24 hours are not simply a deadline. They are a signal. A spiritual window is opening, and if you are connected, attentive, awake, you will feel this change, not in the noise of the world, but in the silence of your heart. That is where the greatest revolutions happen. So I ask you one thing: don't look at this video as just a series of words. And take it as a reminder, an outstretched hand from the Most High. Something inside you knows that you are passing a stage. You are on the border between two seasons of your life. The old one is fading, the new one is growing, and you don't yet know how. But Allah knows, and He doesn't need to explain it to you right away. You just need to be ready. Stay until the end, because what I'm about to share with you will awaken you, soothe you, and most importantly, prepare you for what you don't yet see coming. You are not forgotten by Allah. You may have believed that your silence signified abandonment, that this period when everything seems frozen was a forgetting, a void, a standstill. You look around you, and everything moves forward. Others receive, live, move, while you are here, suspended. But let me tell you a truth that only the soul can hear. It's not a break, it's a preparation. Allah never forgets His servants, not even for a second. He sees you, He hears you. He knows every beat of your heart, every sigh you hold, every prayer you say without saying it aloud. And when a chosen one goes through a period of silence, it is often because the heavens are writing something too precious to be rushed. Do you know why you can't hear anything anymore? Because sometimes Allah silences the world so that you can finally hear. He removes distractions, human answers, immediate solutions, so that you can turn to the one source. This period is not one of forgetting, it is one of sacred isolation. And only those He has chosen experience this type of trial. Listen carefully to this verse. The remembrance of Allah soothes the heart. Surah Ar-Ra'd 13:28. This is not the answer that soothes. This is not the solution. This is not the visible miracle. This is the reminder, the memory of His presence. The invisible bond that connects you to Him, even when everything seems broken. You don't need to understand everything today. What you're going through is deeper than your mind can process. You're in a spiritual process where every second counts, even the seconds that seem empty. The chosen one is often set apart, removed from the noise of life, not to be punished, but to be trained. Trained in calm, trained in endurance, trained in inner listening. How many times have you prayed to be closer to Allah? You didn't know that sometimes He grants that prayer by removing whatever is alienating you. Even if it hurts, even if it feels like a loss, it's actually a centering. And whatever you think you've lost, if it's good for you, will come back to you in a perfect moment. The world may have cast you aside, but Allah never turns His gaze away. Your Lord has neither forsaken you nor hated you. Surah Al-Duha 93:3. This verse is for you. It has reached across the centuries to touch your heart at this precise moment. This is not a coincidence. It is a divine reminder. You are not lost. You are in the hands of the best of planners. So what should we do in these moments? Nothing but stay connected. Keep calling on Him, even in tears. Keep loving Him, even without receiving anything. Keep believing in Him, even when nothing is happening. Because what you don't see is that in the invisible, everything moves. And if this video has reached you today, it's because the moment is approaching. The silence is coming to an end. And the great spiritual movement you've been waiting for is beginning soon. Remember the story of Yusuf. Peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. He was thrown into a well, sold into slavery, wrongly imprisoned and forgotten. He experienced betrayal, humiliation, and loneliness. But just when he thought his life was sealed in darkness, Allah opened the doors of power. And he became the one who would save an entire nation. Why? Because he held firm until the last second. And you? Are you ready to hold on a little longer? Just a little longer. Because the light is often just a prayer away, a night of patience away, a sincere tear away. This final ordeal is sometimes violent. It shakes you up. It destabilizes you. You feel betrayed by life, emptied, abandoned. But if you open your heart to this pain, you will understand that it is not there to destroy you. It is there to lighten your load. It is there to break the last chains of your attachment to what is useless, so that when the blessing comes, you will be free to enjoy it, without idolizing what Allah has given you. With difficulty there is indeed ease. Surah Ash-Shar 94:6. It is not an ease after the difficulty, it is an ease in the difficulty. This means that even in this ordeal that you are experiencing now, there is already a hidden opening. Maybe you don't see her yet. Maybe your heart is too tired. But she's there, and she's getting closer. Do you know why this stage is the hardest? Because it's the one that precedes victory. Like the runner who feels his legs give way just before the finish line. Like the sky becoming darkest just before dawn. It is in this tension that the greatest miracles are born. It is in this extreme weakness that the strength of Allah descends. So don't be surprised if everything seems to be falling apart. Don't panic if you lose your bearings, your relationships, your certainties. It's not the end. It's the readjustment. Allah does not deprive you. He sets the scene for something much bigger than you imagine. And if you're watching this video right now, it's because you're in that crucial phase. This isn't a coincidence. This isn't just ordinary content. It's a personal message, one that your soul recognizes. Allah is saying to you, hold on, breathe, I am with you, and I've never left you. You haven't been forgotten. You're just at the final stage. And what comes next will make you understand why you had to go through all this. There's a truth many people ignore. Just before the tipping point, there's always one last test. It's not a punishment. It's a purification. It's as if Allah wants to remove the last dust from your heart before entrusting you with something precious. And this moment is often the hardest to experience. It feels like a collapse. It feels like an end. But in reality, it's a birth. You feel something inside you struggling. You can't take it anymore. You want to give up. You think maybe you've made a mistake. Maybe no promise exists. Maybe what you're waiting for will never come. And that's exactly where the test becomes decisive. Because it's often in the moment you're ready to give up that the decree is about to manifest itself. Remember the story of Yusuf. Peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. He was thrown into a well, sold into slavery, wrongly imprisoned and forgotten. He experienced betrayal, humiliation, and loneliness. But just when he thought his life was sealed in darkness, Allah opened the doors of power. And he became the one who would save an entire nation. Why? Because he held firm until the last second. And you? Are you ready to hold on a little longer? Just a little longer, because the light is often just a prayer away, a night of patience away, a sincere tear away. This final ordeal is sometimes violent. It shakes you up. It destabilizes you. You feel betrayed by life, emptied, abandoned. But if you open your heart to this pain, you will understand that it is not there to destroy you. It is there to lighten your load. It is there to break the last chains of your attachment to what is useless, so that when the blessing comes, you will be free to enjoy it all, without idolizing what Allah has given you. With hardship, there is indeed ease. Surah Ash-Sharh 94:6. This is not an ease after difficulty. It is an ease within difficulty. This means that even in this trial you are experiencing now, there is already a hidden opening. Perhaps you don't see it yet. Perhaps your heart is too tired. But it is there. And it is coming. Do you know why this stage is the hardest? Because it's the one that precedes victory. Like the runner who feels his legs give way just before the finish line. Like the sky becoming darkest just before dawn. It is in this tension that the greatest miracles are born. It is in this extreme weakness that the strength of Allah descends. So don't be surprised if everything seems to be falling apart. Don't panic if you lose your bearings, your relationships, your certainties. This isn't the end. It's the readjustment. Allah isn't depriving you. He's preparing the stage for something much bigger than you can imagine. And if you're watching this video right now, it's because you're in that crucial phase. This isn't a coincidence. This isn't just ordinary content. It's a personal message, one that your soul recognizes. Allah is saying to you, hold on, breathe. I'm with you, and I've never left you. You haven't been forgotten. You're just at the final stage. And what comes next will make you understand why you had to go through all this. The test is never an end. It is a passage. And this passage, however obscure it may be, is never left without a sign. But you still have to open the eyes of your heart. Many walk in pain without realizing that subtle messages are being sent to them. Just because you can't see clearly doesn't mean nothing is happening. The truth is, Allah communicates. He educates you through signs, through people, through dreams, through an inner feeling that compels you to change direction without knowing why. These are the moments when you hear something, read a verse, or feel a sudden peace for no logical reason. These are divine invitations. But the chosen one, to see them, must learn to slow down, to listen, to observe. You cannot perceive the celestial signs if your heart is invaded by the noise of the world. You must withdraw inwardly. You must be silent. You must reconnect with what you already know deep down. Allah has spoken to you many times. You just didn't recognize His voice. There are signs in the earth for those who are certain and in yourselves. Do you not observe them? Surat Ad-Dariyat 51:20-21. You don't experience anything by chance. There are details in your day, words you hear, emotions that rise and you push away without understanding that they are signals from above. Allah guides you discreetly to see if you are paying attention. For those He has chosen must learn to read between the lines of life. If you notice that some faces are moving away for no reason, that some projects are falling through despite your efforts, it may not be a failure. It may be a disguised protection. And if you feel a desire to get closer to prayer, to read the Quran more often, to isolate yourself in peace, it is not a coincidence. It is a call. You see, the major events you expect in your life don't always come in the form of visible miracles. They begin first inside. Allah prepares your heart to receive, and this preparation often comes through apparent disruption. It is like a storm that clears everything before the sun rises. The old must die so that the new can be born. And sometimes you'll never know what you're going through until it's over. But one thing is certain. If Allah puts you through it, it is that a great event is near. The people you no longer meet, the paths that close, the intuitions that disturb you, all of this is not random. It is the hand of Allah drawing a direction. So sit down, breathe, and ask yourself, what signs have been sent to me lately? What keeps coming back to my thoughts? What attracts me but pushes me away? And above all, what deep inside me seems ready to change even though I am afraid to admit it? Guidance doesn't shout. It whispers. It slips into the details, the silences, the little things. And those who take the time to see it are the ones who become closest to the divine. For they no longer just live. They walk with meaning. And that is what you are living. A life that takes on new meaning. For something is approaching, and Allah wants you to be ready to receive it with a purified, attentive, and aligned heart. When Allah prepares a major event in your life, it is never just for you. You think that you are the only one concerned, that this change is intimate, personal. But in truth, what He unfolds in you will bless others besides you. This is why the wait is so long. This is why the test is so specific. Because you are not just being saved, you are being team. You are not a mere spectator of your own life. You are a spiritual actor. What you are going through today is building within you a wisdom you do not suspect. And this wisdom, you will transmit it through your presence, through your calm, through your perspective, through your light. Because yes, Allah makes you a light for those who are still in darkness. And that's why the test is so profound. Because what you receive will not be ordinary. What you experience will touch the invisible, alter trajectories, change destinies. There may be just one person, somewhere, waiting for you to awaken, to finally understand their own path. And when your event arrives, you will no longer be the same. You will become a point of reference. You will become a living response. Allah raises in degrees those of you who believe and those who have been given knowledge. Surah Al-Mujadila 58:11. This verse is a promise, an elevation, not just material, but especially inner. Because to be elevated is to be able to see what others do not see. It is to live in profound calm in the midst of chaos. It is to feel divine love, even when no one understands you. And that is when you understand that the event you are waiting for is not a simple answer. It's a new version of yourself. And this version only comes to those who are willing to empty themselves, to let go, to hand over to Allah what they were trying to control on their own. You see, it's not your intelligence that will bring about the miracle. It's not your strength. It's not even your prayer repeated 1,000 times. What will trigger the change? It is your sincere submission. This is the moment when you finally say, Ya Allah, I don't understand anything anymore, but I trust you. And that's when everything changes. Not necessarily in a visible way, but first in the invisible world. Things are being reorganized. The people you are supposed to meet are being prepared. The doors that were supposed to open are already moving. The decree is descending, slowly, precisely, until it settles. Exactly when your heart is ready to receive it. Nothing is delayed. Everything is meticulously orchestrated. And the ordeal you are experiencing today is teaching you to keep the promise before even seeing it. To walk in the night with certainty. To build in the invisible. Because that's how the chosen ones work. They live by faith before they live by deeds. So if you feel a sense of disconnection right now, a strange pain, a lingering emptiness, don't push it away. Observe it. Speak with Allah in silence. For He is preparing you for something far greater than your imagination. And when that event comes, and it will, you will understand that the wait was not a punishment. It was training for greatness. The hour is approaching, and with it comes a new light that dispels the darkness of your doubt. This moment you are waiting for, this major turning point in your life, is a divine promise. It is not just an outward change, but a profound transformation, a renewal of your soul. The event that will occur in the next 24 hours is the answer to all your silent prayers, to all those nights you wept alone, hoping that Allah's mercy would touch you. Remember that patience is the path of the chosen ones. It is not mere waiting, but an active act of faith, a spiritual struggle against despair and impatience. Every second you endured, every moment you chose to continue despite the pain, was a victory. Allah looks upon all this, and He rejoices in your faithfulness. For the chosen one is not the one who never falls, but the one who always rises with greater faith. O you who believe, seek help in patience and prayer. Indeed, Allah is with those who are patient. Surah Al-Baqarah 2, 153. This verse is your strength today. It reminds you that you are not alone in this ordeal. Allah is by your side, ready to support you, to open closed doors, to untie the knots that hinder your progress. He is preparing for you a way out whose magnitude you do not even suspect. What you see today as an insurmountable wall will soon be a bridge to your destiny. And this bridge, my brother, my sister, is built on total trust in Allah. Only by surrendering all control can you truly receive the blessing. Submission does not mean weakness, but spiritual power. It is recognizing that the best of hands is the one that guides the universe, the one that knows the unseen, the one that can transform your life in an instant. When the event arrives, you will feel a new breath, an energy that carries you beyond your limits. You will understand that everything you have experienced, even the darkest moments, were divine preparations. Your faith will have grown, your heart will be bigger, and your vision clearer. You will no longer be the same person. This is not an end, but a beginning. For every blessing in the life of a chosen one is a call to greater commitment, to greater service. What you receive today sets you on a path you never imagined, a path that will allow you to be a beacon for others, a guide for those still searching. So prepare yourself to welcome this moment with an open heart and a ready soul. Raise your hands in prayer. Ask Allah to guide you through this new stage. Do not fear the unknown, for Allah is the light that illuminates the darkness. And above all, never forget, you are chosen, you are loved, and what awaits you is beyond anything you could have hoped for.